Hi everyone, I'm here today to do a book review for you, and that is The Ashes of London by Andrew Taylor. And I received this book from the publishers via NetGalley. This is described as being a historical thriller, and it is set in London in 1666, just after the Great Fire of London has started. And the narrative follows two main perspectives. The first one is James Marwood, and he's a reluctant government informer. And meanwhile, the other narrative is a young woman named Kat, or Catherine. And she's come from a rich family that have paired her up with a man that she really doesn't want to marry. She thinks that he's a bad man. And not that long into the novel, you learn that he has actually raped her. So the perspectives swap every chapter or every other chapter or so. That helps keep things really fresh. And their stories intertwine in a really bizarre way, because James is often looking for Kat, and they kind of almost cross paths really often. They're often in similar places at similar time, but their paths don't properly cross until later on in the novel, where their stories then intertwine in such a way that leads to a really climactic ending. So I had really mixed experiences reading this book, which led to me sort of taking notes along the way, which isn't something I do very often. And I must say that I was tempted to DNF this book on multiple occasions, and it was quite a struggle at times. And it was such a weird double-edged sword for me, because on the one hand, the descriptions early on in the book were what kept me going. The descriptions were so atmospheric. I really felt like I was in London in this time with the fire going on, and everything was just so well described. If I could draw or paint, I could have done a very accurate picture of just exactly what was going on at that second. I felt like I was there. I mean, it helps that I've got a really sound knowledge of London anyway, but yeah, I just felt truly there. The problem was later on, the description still stayed really heavy and dense and long and never-ending. And that led to the story feeling really slow at times, and later on in the book I just didn't need that level of description, which led to me kind of really struggling and almost DNFing the book. So on the one hand I loved the descriptions, and on the other hand I was just like, please shut up now, please. Also, I wasn't the biggest fan of James's chapters earlier on in the book. He was kind of boring. What he was doing wasn't interesting me. I wasn't into the whole political intrigue of the story at all, whereas Kat's perspective, on the other hand, was really fun, really entertaining, really gripping, really interesting. It had me turning the pages and was what kept me going through all those long descriptions later on in the book. I did find, though, that with the descriptions being this kind of fleshed out all the way through, it took away the thriller aspect for me for a lot of the novel. I was just sat there thinking, this just feels like historical fiction. Where's my thriller? Why am I not being thrilled? Where's my thriller? And yeah, I didn't feel thrilled until the last 20% or so of the book, which was quite a long way to go to get my thriller part, but it did pay off. I will say, if you've got the patience for this book, it really pays off. I loved the ending. I've started the sequel already because I was gripped. I feel like this book's main problem is that it's exciting, then it's dull again. Then it gets exciting, then it's really dull again. It doesn't just get any sort of level of consistency. I'm just there like, oh, it's getting good again. I won't DNF this. And I'm like, oh, I won't DNF this. Like, it was just always one extreme or the other. It just couldn't hold any consistency or hold my attention very well at times. I will say though that once the plot really got going, I enjoyed this so much. I don't want to talk about the plot at all. I don't want to accidentally spoil anything, but it is worth it. It is worth the effort and the grind to get to that point, and then finishing this book felt quite the achievement. I really enjoyed it overall, and I gave it 3 stars in the end, so it was quite a sort of mixed bag, but overall, if you're into historical fiction, if you enjoy thrillers that are slow burning, you might really enjoy this one. And if you just love really lengthy descriptions, definitely give this one a go. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me somewhere around here if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!